Ladies walking out in bikinis. You're a beauty contestant judge.
The beauty contest judge.
Oh yeah! Oh, I got this. The one that you saw, the cameo that you saw in Iron Man 3. Did I just kind of hold up a number 10 or something?
With a big goofy grin.
Now, there was more than that. And they cut it because the movie ran too long. But I'm going to tell you what it was. And I
Sorry.
said to the other people, I said, you should have cut Robert Downey. But anyway, after I hold up the number 10, the blonde girl, who was not very bright, made some little idiotic speech. But I was so taken with her that I go, words to live by. And then I collapsed. It was very funny, and they should have kept it in. And remind me to talk to people.
I will. When I get your people to talk to their
That's
people.
right. Robert Downey better watch out. Incidentally, he is one great guy. He is terrific to work with, talented as hell, and almost as good an actor as I am.
Yes, sir.
Stan, is there any truth to the rumor that you'll be playing Ultron in Avengers 2?
That what?
That he'll be playing Ultron in Avengers 2.
No. I'll probably be playing a guy who sees Ultron and I go, yeah! Do that correctly.
I'm sorry.
Stan, what do you think the most immersive story you've created is? What do you think the most immersive story you've created?
What the hell is an immersion? When you immerse yourself in something, you kind of cover yourself with the whole thing. But what do you exactly mean?
What do you think the most compelling story or character that you've created is? Most compelling story or character?
Yeah, I never really thought about it. I'm such a big fan of me. Whenever I read anything I've written, I say to myself, wow, did I write that? Good. So I don't really have any favorites. I think they're all minor masterpieces.
Yes.
I wasn't being evasive. I really don't have any favorites.
Mr. Lee, last year I asked you if you would go with this crowd for ice cream afterwards, like you did in the Big Bang Theory, but the diffuser told you I asked you out, which I had not done. So this year I'm asking, will you go with me to the after party Saturday?
And she promises to have ice cream.
Well, we can discuss that after this little meeting. And we'll see what, and these people, they're all loud mouths, they'll talk. We'll do it in private.
Is there any plans for a Stan Lee movie where you're the star?
Is there any plans for a Stan Lee movie where you're the star?
Only if I finance it myself. No, I'm afraid not. I say I'm afraid not because I know it'll make you all heartbroken, but I think that the world has enough pleasure now. And it's time for people to get serious. And, if I were in a movie, suddenly everybody would, well, you know what I mean.
They'd stop working and the whole country would shut
And
down.
they'd all be writing about it and the fan clubs that would spring up. No, I think
You could cripple our whole economy. People quit working just to go see the movie.
the funny thing is, these cameos I do, it's usually one line that I say, or a half a line. And it's not hard to remember one half of a line. So I've gotten the reputation of one take Lee. He does it once and it's right.
Now, I gotta say something to that because it's not always just one line. I've seen him have to do commercials and stuff where he had to look one way, say a line, look the other way, say a line, and he does always get it in one take.
I'll tell you a funny thing. Years ago, there was a company called the Persona Razor Blade Company, and they asked me to do a commercial, a television commercial for them. I never used Persona razor blades, but I can be bought. I said, sure. And I said something like on camera, hi, I'm Stan Lee, I write comics, and I have to look my best because I do a lot of interviews, so I use Persona blades. And I don't waste any time. One swipe and the blade's gone, something like that. And they loved it, and they photographed it, and they were going to put it on television and run it as a series. And one of the people at the agency said, you know, that was so good, we can start a new character called Persona Man, and he'll be our trademark, and you can do all the ads. And I think I got a whole new career. And what happened? Why haven't you seen it? 1 week later, the company went out of business. My luck. So that's why I'm reduced to doing cameos when I could have been the star of a campaign. Persona Blades.
All right, which side are we on? This side?
I just wanted to say on behalf of myself and of my children, I wanted to thank you for helping us expand our imaginations. And I just simply wanted to know if you could tell us one of your favorite memories from your childhood.
He wants to thank you on behalf of him and his family for helping them expand their imaginations.
And tell me one of his favorite memory from his childhood.
A favorite memory from your childhood.
I think my two-wheel bicycle, when I was about, 8 or 9 years old. My parents had been saving all year because we didn't have much money. And they got enough money to buy me a two-wheeler. And when I got that bike, we never had a car in the family. When I got that bike, I think I was 10 or 12 years old, it meant I could go places, I could pedal to another neighborhood. We lived in the Bronx. I could even go across the Washington Bridge into Manhattan. And I think that when I saw that bike there and they said it's for me, that was the biggest thrill I had. Next to being here right now, of course.
I read the Stanley Marvel comics. I watch the movies. I do all that. But I want to know how I can be an even better fan.
Watches all the movies, cartoons, reads all the comics, but how can he be a better Marvel fan?
Whatever magazines you buy twice as many. No, it really doesn't sound as if you could be a better fan. And I now officially dub you Marvel's #1 fan. Well, I admire your taste.
Speaking of cameos, will you be in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Will you do a cameo in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh boy, I hope so. But again, it depends where they're shooting it. If they shoot it at the North Pole or something, the chances are I won't. Now they're shooting in X-Men, I think in Montreal, and I'm supposed to be in Toronto in a couple of weeks, and I may be able to hop from there to Montreal and do that. But if it doesn't synchronize, that'll be another movie that I don't do. I don't know, they really should photograph all of them in Los Angeles, because they don't have those cameos. Oh, I don't know if I told you this. The reason that the movies make so much money and do so well is my cameos. And here's why. The cameos, as you know, are very brief, couple of seconds. If you blink your eye, you miss them. Okay, what happens? Somebody goes to the movie, blinks his eye, misses my cameo, the movie ends. And he says, wait a minute, I didn't see Stan's cameo. So what's the logical thing to do? You go back to the box office, you buy another ticket, and you see it again to catch it. If not for my cameos, they would only do 50% of the business they've done.
Hi, Sam. I'm Jonathan from Park Forest. I was actually wondering, of all the cameos that you've done, who was the most fun director that you've worked with?
Who was the most what actor? Fun director. Oh, fun director. None of them are really fun.
Not being Kevin Smith?
Now, they're very businesslike, and they're very good. Every director I've worked with has been good. I like the way I say that. Every director I've worked, 1 minute cameo. I really can't answer. In fact, after a while, I forget their names. I mean, if you ask me the name of any director, I wouldn't remember. They all homogenize in my brain. But they're all great. I mean, and they're tolerant of me. I mean, I walk in, I'm a real amateur, and they treat me so nice. I get a little, what they call it, a little wagon. I give it a trailer for my, the stars have trailers. It's a big thing that pictures on the back of a car. It's the size of a truck. And it has a little bathroom and a bedroom and everything. Who's the guy? I forgot his name. There's one actor. I went to visit him once. And in his trailer, he had a butler who was serving him lunch while he was sitting there. It's John Travolta. It's not bad being a Hollywood star when you're on the set, let me tell you. They treat you pretty good. I probably didn't answer the question, but I forgot what the question was.
I'm Megara from Manson, and I wanted to know if, out of all the wonderful female characters you've created, are any of them based on real women that you know, such as maybe your wife?
Invisible Woman,
The
Gwen Stacy.
you created or helped create, are any of them based on real people?
No, not really. I never based any stories on real people. I just try to make up characters. Maybe the stories would have been better if I had based them on real people, but no, not really. I know it's an unsatisfying answer. You'd love me to say my wife or my daughter or so, but no fictional character I create could ever be as wonderful as them. My wife used to be an actress. I tell you a funny thing. You may not think it's funny. I thought it was funny. She was quite a successful model and actress and singer also when I married her a million years ago. It was 65 years ago. We're getting used to each other now, but when I married her, in those days, guys, at least I tried to be very macho, So we get married, and I say to her, no wife of mine is going to work. And we can all be the guy, I'm the man of the family. And she said, okay. And it was the dumbest thing I ever said in my life. Oh, well. If she'd been supporting me, I wouldn't have to come to these meetings and everything to make a living.
Now, I will say that his wife doesn't always recognize or appreciate how many people love him. And I think we need to show her some proof. So I'm going to get back behind Stan. And I'm going to take a photo across Stan of this swath of people.
You can't see anybody. It's going to be a big black empty space.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. If I had known there were so many of you here, I would have been nervous. I'm talking to a handful of people. What's the difference?
All right, now which side was I on? Over here? All right, go for it.
I listened to an interview on the way here today, and there was a comedian who's writing currently on Deadpool, his first comic book he's writing now, and he was talking about how he had no clue how comic book writing